issue has already been raised, but I'm not too clear as to the minister's answer in terms of your mechanism, Honourable Minister, by which you intend to accomplish the first one, which is the one that 100 billion was released for. Because now in your answers you said the money you are even requesting, the 92 billion, doesn't even include the balance you need to finish it up. Do you have that 20-something billion in your ministry, or it wasn't released at all, or it was released and you returned it? Is it still in your kitty, or it's been returned to the ministries? Because the point is, I want to be clear. This is why I'm raising this. I'm not too clear as to your mechanism for finishing and delivering. You know, the job for which, or the several jobs for which that 100 billion was given. More so when you say even what you are talking of liabilities doesn't even include it. In other words, if you are even release that 92 billion now as liabilities, those other ones will still be unfinished. Because it's good to start a program, because we keep starting different programs, calling it different names: National Housing Program, Renewed Hope Agenda Program, and maybe another government comes with another catchy phrase. But we should think of the terminal phase. We should think of starting, finishing, and delivering, because it's only when these housing schemes have been delivered to Nigerians that we can really say that your ministry's mandate has been accomplished. So I would need more clarification in terms of your strategy for getting that 20-something billion that is needed to finish those ones. And then on the renewed housing estates, when the Minister of State appeared before us, Mr. Chairman, you will recall that I asked the question about whether there was any difference between the national housing and then the renewed hope agenda. I think now there's better understanding. One was an inherited program, started 2016 also, which is again yet to be delivered to Nigerians, not so. And then you now have the renewed hope agenda program. But I've looked at your details of the renewed agenda hopes. And I don't know whether you are doing it in phases, and that will be understandable. But looking at the document you have presented, it seems to me that my state is not part of the renewed hope. I don't know why. And when we will be part of, we don't want to renew our hope in housing.
They've done only 13 states.
Okay. Well, you have done only 13 states. All right. The sooner you renew our hope, also in Bayelsa, so much the better, and in some other states.
There are so many states.
Because you see, I think that some of these things we should do it in a way that even if you start a national program, then you should do it and then be increasing it, on a uniform basis. Because before you know, you'll end your administration or something happens and then it's terminated. Another system now comes with another catchy phrase and selects 2 or 3 states as pilots. There's no need for pilot programs. Housing is housing. You can very well, if you say your budget capacity is to build 1,000 houses, you distribute it
across.
And in the budget year, you budget for it and ensure that we are talking of building houses, Honorable Minister. 1 year, we can build and deliver a housing, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom flats, 2-bedroom flats. Even if you say it's 20 per state, you can deliver. I know that there are other ancillary considerations, land, and so on and so forth. If there is no availability of land, there's no state in this country that you can't get land to build. There's no state. And then finally, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, Honorable Minister. One of the reasons I personally desired your presence, we perfectly understand why you were not with us last week, all part of Call of Duty, is because the last time we met here, raised the issue of affordable rural housing. And I made the point also that a number of us here are representing rural districts. Because if you allow your mortgage system, your federal mortgage housing, all these other people who build houses based on commercial economic considerations, they will go to the state capitals and the metropolis, where they can build and then sell on demand and supply, on market forces. But if you do so, you will be leaving a vast number, the majority of our people are in the rural areas. And one of the reasons a lot of people are migrating from the rural areas to the state capitals, everywhere in the country, is because of this housing. Maybe if you devise a program of rural housing development, you take, whether it is council-based, because there's no piece of land in the Nigerian, in the geographical entity called Nigeria, that's not part of a local government area. So if you say on the basis of parity, you are doing housing in the local government areas, then I will be satisfied. Some of us who are representing rural, remote, underserved communities will be happy that at least every year you have an addition of 20 low-cost houses in the rural. For government, once government is building houses, we can make it in commercial areas and in urban areas. Our target should be the rural people. And then we now encourage the mortgage sector, the private sector, which alone can support us to build houses for a lot of people. Government can't do it alone, I know that. So your mortgage system, so that they can now take care of the commercial areas that make commercial and business sense. So again, even in this year's budget, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, maybe if you have time, you can talk about it. I know we are talking of 2023-2024 budget, but it's important that again, I draw your attention to the need to formulate a deliberate policy for rural housing. Maybe even in partnership with the local government areas. Now they are getting far more money than when I and Samuel were governors. Now they are getting far more money. So there's room for collaboration, not only with states, but also directly with local councils. Even if every month you make that understanding, they can do it that way. We know that all our rural councils have housing estates that some of our people can stay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Excellency.